Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Potted Plant Entertainment. So, you may have noticed I am trying something a little new. I'm making thumbnails. Well, I'm not making them, my girlfriend's making them. I'm paying her to make them. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing, but I will certainly try to make it a permanent thing if I can afford it. But I hope you like them. She put some creativity into them, so shout out to her. But let's go ahead and do our review. So this is, I told you, would be the last review I did before I do my horror Halloween specials. And those are going to be coming next. We're going to do some DVD updates as well. I think this is the first Marvel movie that I am reviewing on this channel, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. Was it Black Widow? I don't remember. Anyway. But let's go ahead and talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I am very, very late with this review. I even saw the movie a couple weeks ago, like a few weeks after it came out, so I apologize for that, but hey, better late than never, right? So, Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings stars Simu Liu, Awkwafina, Tony Chu Wai Leong, Ben Kingsley, and Fala Chen. It was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, and it was produced by Victoria Alonso, Louis Despacito, and Charles Neuwirth. And in this movie, basically, this guy's dad owns these 10 rings that are really magical, and he and his two siblings they all went their separate ways after their mother died. And now his dad is reaching out to him to try and connect with them again. We don't know why, but then we find out. And adventure ensues. Sorry. So, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to talk about my pros and my cons. So my first pro with this movie is the special effects. They're great. With all Marvel movies, they're great. The action sequences are great. All the fight scenes in this movie are exactly what they're hyped up to be. They are astounding. They're perfect. They're amazing. The cinematography in this movie is great. The fight scenes are just so good. They're so good. The camaraderie between the two leads is really good as well. It's an emotionally powerful film. The leads... by the way, this is going to have a lot of spoilers in it, just so you know. And then at the end, the leads don't fall in love. That was... because they're a boy and girl, right? And they don't fall in love, which is just refreshing to see. But that's about all the pros that I have. I have a lot of cons with this movie. I liked this movie, but I found it to be very overrated. And it's just because of the plot holes. There's so many of them. It's not like Wonder Woman 1984 by any stretch of the imagination, but there's a lot. And that was all the cons I had with this movie, too. I had no cons with this movie except for the plot holes. And I got a long list of them, so let's just jump right into them. So there's a scene in this movie where this bus, the brakes on it are broken, and so it won't stop. And then at some point it hits a car or a truck or something, and then it just stops. That's not how that works. Why would it just stop? Also, if you remember in the movie, there's this path that opens up and you have a limited time to get through it. Well, they drive through it. And it's left me sit there wondering, well, how did people get through this path before cars were invented? Let's see. Okay, so Katie, who's our hero's best friend, she says she doesn't speak or understand Chinese, right? Then she speaks and understands Chinese, and then she again reiterates that she doesn't speak or understand Chinese. If you watch the movie, you'll notice she doesn't. Also, I thought it was really weird how, like, the father's soldiers are willing to die just to get his wife back. Like, are they really this dedicated? I kind of had a hard time believing that. Also, remember when Shang was in the water in the lake? He was under there for a really long time and somehow didn't drown. Also, when he slid down the wall that was made out of, like, the dragon scales, he literally comes up, puts his arm on it, and slides all the way down. Like, wouldn't that, like, rip all the skin off his arm? Let's see. Also, the sister, at the end of the movie, she has this rope with these knives at the end. And she flings it up in the air and manages to slice the bad dragon's throat. Well, that rope would have had to go, like, way up in the air in order to reach it. So that made no sense. Also, I found it weird that Shang was so skilled with the rings, considering he'd never used them before. That was really weird. Also, I found it to be really weird how they were a different color on him versus his dad. Like, why does it change colors on different people? That doesn't make sense. Maybe if they explained it, I would have been fine with it, but they didn't. The sister also uses... Oh, no. No, not the sister. The friend. She uses a bow and arrow, right? And she flings it up in the air to hit the dragon's throat. Or wherever it was it hit it. Hit it in the throat, right? Yeah, it hit it in the throat. Well, she flings it up there. I think the knife hit the eye. Whatever. It goes, like, way up, like, past the clouds, and hits this dragon in the throat. That makes no sense. And then Shang, like, blames himself for, like, the whole mess. And then after his friend makes, like, one throwaway line, he suddenly doesn't care anymore. Yeah. So, that's weird. Yeah, a lot of plot holes in that movie. And those are just the ones that I noticed. Maybe you noticed some more that I didn't. If you did, let me know in the comments. But I want to tell you that I did really like this movie. It's not my favorite. I think it's really overrated, but I also really liked it. I'm kind of conflicted, but I'm still going to give it a pretty positive grade, and I'm going to give it an 80 out of 100. So yeah, I like this movie, but I was hoping that I could give it like a 90 and 95 or 100, but it wasn't there for me. But it was still a good movie. I was hoping that I would like it like about as much as I liked Ip Man. I'm telling you, this movie's nowhere near as good as Ip Man. But it's a good movie. So, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Party Player Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Leave me reviews, suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Party Player Entertainment for channel updates. And much love.